Yeah, bro. No, thanks for appreciating sharing. Just I definitely wanted to delve into just the subject of psychedelics and entheogens of mushrooms, and I'm sure it's going to come up as we move forward. But obviously, man, as a musician, man, I want to get into the music side of things as well, specifically. And I know you've got a few projects out. You've got one that's fresh out at the moment as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna allow you to start and just share, as far as what could we expect music in general, man? What's your sound? Like, who's inspired you musically, man? Where did you come up listening to, in fact?
Ah, um, musically inspired a lot, honestly, from myself, from my father, because my dad sings. He's like, bro's like a temptation or something. You feel me? Like my dad sang, and he was in a group when I was a child as well. It was a gospel group, but they toured and shit. So he really inspired me a lot as far as singing. And when it comes to rapping, um, I'm a huge fan of Styles P and Big Boy from Outkast. Um, yeah, just to name a few. Also, Pharrell inspired me a lot to produce. Like, I was always heavy on it, like heavy in the music, but I didn't really like pick up a DAW or a program to make beats or anything like that until Pharrell came along, and just really knowing his story, he inspired me a lot. And yeah, yeah, man. But from that, I think so. Yeah, I got a project out right now
Sorry,
called
before we even get
L.
there, bro. Sorry, I want to come back a second. Like, so what, are you
Okay.
all in house? Are you producing yourself? Like, yeah.
I haven't produced any of all my projects. I got like 4 projects out, I think. But I haven't produced any of those. I engineer and mix everything. That's what I do. I started engineering and mixing when I was 14. And I did that like for a living. I've been engineering for almost 20 years now. But yeah, I'm all pretty much in-house. I've been producing a lot this last year. So you will expect to hear some self-produced projects and singles from me next year, like for sure, for sure.
All right, cool, man. All right, nice, nice. But go on. So you
Recording
were
and
saying,
mixing.
man. So what have you got out? Yeah. What's the Give us the chronology, man. Let's go from the top, man. What was the first release?
The first release was Death of an Ego. Actually, it was really raw. I was just like, that was just after my DMT experience and everything like that. It was really raw. I took that one down from all the platforms. It's on SoundCloud, and I'm gonna put it up on my website and Bandcamp soon. But that was my first one, and that's the thing that turned me on, and I couldn't turn nothing off. Like, that's probably the last time in that project you might have heard me like saying bitch or maybe referring to anyone in any sort of derogatory term. But that was my transition. That was me trying to bring over, the fans and people I still had to what I was going to start doing and be doing consistently. You feel me? That was that. And then some years later, I put out, my bad for my lighter. I put out this album called Death of an Ego. And it was all produced by my good friend. Where did my lighter go? There it is. It was all produced by my good friend and producer, Lefty. Death of an Ego was a real start for me. That's when I started, I guess, finding community and shit like that in this whole conscious thing, because it was just me and my girl, you feel me, and taking psychedelics, and everybody writing us off. Shit, their family was writing us off. You feel me? It was all types of crazy nonsense. And Death of an Ego was fire, but it wasn't until I made this song called Melanin Queen is when people started paying attention to me and caring about D-Rock the Menace and what he does and what he's trying to do. And Melanin Queen, in a sense, kind of put me on the map. I'm not like worldwide, well, I am worldwide, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't no Michael Jackson famous or
Well,
nothing
you
like
got
that,
fans
but
in the UK, bro.
yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot out there, actually, man. That's wild. So yeah, Melanin Queen, I dropped that, and I dropped that on this project called THPA, the Healing Per Ankh. And that was the first time when I started infusing isochronic tones. I put isochronic tones in all my music. I'd use isochronic tones specifically as opposed to binaurals, because you know binaurals you're supposed to listen to them with headphones, or it works best. And isochronics are made to play through speakers and out loud or on headphones.
Yeah, just go
So
into
yeah,
that just in case
THPA.
that's over a few people's head, bro. Because the
You said
binaural,
what?
even that, I said you need to just go back, touch on that, because that might just go over a few people's heads. Because that
Okay,
just sounds like
well,
you're just not making beats. You're not just cranking out beats. There's a kind of like a science to the music you're making there, bro.
yeah, they're tones. They're specific tones at specific frequencies um, to affect different things, different parts of the body. Um, they're tones that heal. So they can heal different parts of the body. They can penetrate different parts of your auric field, different parts of your psyche, alter when you're in alternate states, you know what I'm saying? They can help to influence you and deepen your state. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very healing situation. Like I said, the project was called, or is called, THPA, the Healing Per Aunt. And I got tones in there for pancreas healing. I got tones in there for DNA repair. I got tones in there for the third eye, the ajna. I got all types of tones. And on the track list, you can see every tone and at what frequency they set for. But that project right there, like aside from Melanin Queen, that project again is like really put me, in my opinion, and I know in a lot of people's opinion, is one of my best full complete works of art to date. I got a lot of fire. But that's like 17 tracks of just pure bliss. I've yet to meet anybody, and not just like toot my own horn, that has played the music and didn't like it. I've given it, I remember I gave it to I played a show, and this folk band came on after me, and I was really digging them, right? And afterwards, I went up to the drummer and I gave him a hard copy of it. I was selling these hard copies for like $50, and I gave him one. He's like, "Yeah, man, honestly, you might want to just keep it because I don't even like rap. Like, I just really don't like rap, and I know I'm like, well, all right, bro, I hear you, but just play it." A lot of people say that. A lot of people will tell me like, "Yo, you know, I don't like rap, but I heard your stuff and I love it." And so I'm like, just play it, man. It's really different. I know a lot of people will tell you it's different or whatever. Just play it. Just play it. And 3 months later, he hit me up in a DM on Instagram like, "Yo, I can't stop playing it. It's in rotation all the time in my car."
Nice, bro.
I
So
was
what do you
like,
think?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what was it about? Yeah, pulling all that together, because you have a reach, bro, man. Because I'm feeling you based on, all right, we connected on Instagram, and then it was like instantaneously for me. It's like once I clicked on the page, it's like, oh shit, it's like this is what I've been waiting for. It didn't take a minute to grow on me or not. It was just like, oh shit. And
Yeah.
again, I knew for me again, it was the tones, it was straight in that, and I didn't know how you and what is just tones, the frequencies. It was my tones, it's my sounds, the sounds that I like, that I feel that I could that resonate with me. But then there was the message, the way you were delivering the message, the flow. For me, just everything just resonated, bro. But what is it? How what is your craft? How what's your what's your craft for pulling it together?
um, I'm real big on lyricism and style. I always say there's a thin line when it comes to conscious music or whatever between dope and corny. and I just I put a lot of emphasis. It's not a big concern of mine to be mainstream or nothing like that, but I want to be able to have the sound that I'm making be appeasing to all. And like, underground is cool, but everybody just, they don't want to hear that. And I strive. I strive. Sometimes I flow and like music come in like 5 minutes. Sometimes it might take me 2 months to write a song, and I'm gonna let it take that 2 months because I really channel. Like I'm really channeling what I got to say. And I make sure though that when I do it, like I'm not just gonna put it down whatever I want. Like, yeah, that's cool, but I need to craft it into, it gotta be crafty. It gotta be crafty, and it gotta be like, oh, let me rewind that. It gotta be crafty. It can't just be like just words. You feel me? So yeah, that's my get down. I love crafting a huge what I say, a big download that was essentially just be you know, you go to YouTube and you watch one of those angelic light information or messages, and it's like, yo, what are you talking about? I need a way to get all those downloads into a slick, sly motion. You know what I'm saying? So that you just groove to it, and that, you know what I'm saying, you can play it over and over again and dive into what I'm saying, but at the same time, the way that the frequency hits you, it hits you subliminally. So it's affecting you regardless. Smooth with it. Slick Rick is another influence as well. That made me think about that.
Yeah, storyteller. Yeah, man. No, you got the craft, bro, man. I'll take my hat off to you, man. Like sometimes I give up on rap music, man. There's like, you know, and I just venture off into my other genres, you know what I'm saying? And then every now and then there's like somebody either puts me on, or as I said, for me it was unique because it was a direct link. It's like I got put on by the artist himself. Like it was a direct link of like boom. And bro, like I just remember, I think for the next 2 days I was just playing it. So I went through the discography. I got my Spotify, so I've gone through the discography, and but it was the Guru, because that was the first project you shared, yeah, that you just shared. But it was the Guru. Is it From Dark to Light?
Oh yeah, Guru from Dark to Light. That's one
That's
of my favorite as well. Like I love
that's
that.
my shit. That's out of everything I've heard. That's my like. There's a lot that resonates in the other project. But see that there, see that one right there. Yeah, man, that hits up, that hits home for me, bro. Like even to the
THPA
point.
is fire, but Guru from Dark to Light is
Yeah. And there's a bag load of tunes on there, but again, the one Don't Trip, and like I've got to get into that one. Like, that's on the rotation. That's, you know, that's on the couple playlists now. Like I've got the in playlist as well, so that's on the in playlist. That's like a in, you know, high dose night, you know, that leads up to that. But again, yeah, what was that one about, bro? You know, where was that coming from? Because personally, it's like, bro, I felt like you wrote that for me. It was one of, you know, them tunes when you listen to tunes, it's like, the bro, he knows. He's a man who knows. So yeah, you went in on that, man. So just share what you can on what inspired you with Don't Trip, man.
Yeah, man. Don't Trip. That was during like the height of like my cultivation stages, and when like I was just really feeling the love from the Fungus, and that was me paying homage, and that was a tribute to the teachers. You feel me? Because that whole thing was inspired by mushrooms in so many ways. I wrote parts of that song while I was under. Just the song itself, like I said, was inspired by my current life and where it was at because of these wonderful entities. Yeah, Don't Trip.